Alrighty folks, welcome back to Shallow Pocket Seekers. This is a trail camera in the back of the property from June to sometime in June to here in early September. Here we got a doe walking through the property, coming up through. Another doe in here coming up through. And then looks like her wandering around back down through. And I know I'm way behind on getting videos put together and getting put on here. I'm trying to get things caught up. A squirrel in here running around. Another deer wandering down through. And a bobcat in here at night, and then another deer. And another deer come up through. And the bobcat coming through out through in the daytime. We got another squirrel in there running around. And we had a big old bear come down through. And this is around June 15th, I think. Then a sow come back up through. And then a boar stomping, prancing behind her. Then the big one come up through. And that was all within, and then he went back down through here, and that was all within a day or two. And another squirrel in here. And that was back in mid-June whenever the bears come through like that. Another deer in there heading down through. I don't know if that's the same deer or a different one in there. And we had a buck show up back in June, and as the times go on, they get a little bigger, and he's still involved, I think, in all of this video. And I'm going to say he's a 10 point here. This time goes on and the horns get grew, or antlers get grown. And he's got a little buddy there behind him coming up. And for all you running trail cameras, if you run them year round, because I found another one laying on the ground, the strap had broke. And there's a porcupine or something in behind that big tree in the middle of the screen here that you can see it moving around every now and again. I think there's a porcupine in there, but I'm not 100% sure. And the little buck in here in front of the camera. Then Bobcat back in here. And then we got the bigger buck back in here again. The horn's a little bigger. And a doe coming down through with a fawn. And bear through again, one of them. And then the horns are growing a little more. And I finally got around to putting this video together. The last 4 days we spent in Benazet, PA, and seen a few elk while we were there. Then Bobcat at night again. And then the buck back in here at night or towards night or early morning. And there he looks like an 8-point in these two videos. And I have done some clearing out again around some of my trees. Another doe down through right in front of the property where things were getting overgrown again. I got some of the chestnuts cleared out around. Still need to do some more cutting. We got a chipmunk there on the mountain wall right by the camera. And the bobcat in daylight again, or one of the bobcats, and the buck back through again. It looks like one of the bobcats in there at night. And another deer coming right past the camera. There's the chipmunk back again. I think I did take the weed eater down here and knock down some of that brush or smaller stuff in front of the camera. After I did check it this time. And the deer in there again. Another deer coming down through. And we got one right here by the camera standing, checking out the camera. And probably the next video will be a little short one on our Benazet trip, some of the places we stopped at up there, and a few of the elk we seen. And then the doe with the fawn back through. And they can back up through at night time. Another doe coming up through. I passed the camera. And another one. Or maybe same deer, maybe different night. And then this here's the porcupine in by the base of the tree again. Or at least that's what I'm thinking it is. And there it took off, and then another doe down through. Another doe, and then that small, I'm guessing that's the same smaller buck a little later in the year, where he does have a few points on him now, it looks like. And another doe right past the camera. And then we got the bigger buck, which I'm thinking is a 10 point now. But he still had the velvet on there and ain't rubbed off it, all of it off, or it ain't all come off. And there he goes back down through. And I think this is him again here. Kind of looks like he's got 4 points up on each side in the brow tines. You need to get to checking some other cameras. Another doe up through here at night. Another little bear in there, a different bear. Then mama and a little one. go in there feeding. And thanks for watching.